Oh.
Hello.
Oh.
This is so chaotic already. Hello from the second link on this channel for this live show today. We left my book over there. Whatever. We're discussing the Lighthouse Witches today. This is the Whiners Book Club. I'm in Tampa, Florida, and I can't hear anybody else on this live show, so I hope you guys have a lot of cool opinions that I can watch later when I watch this back. Because this is not okay. Wait, oh my god, I can see Darian. Okay, fantastic, amazing. All right, Darian, you're just gonna have to translate this whole show for me. I think maybe. Uh-oh.
I got it.
But we're discussing The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cooke. I always want to say C.J. Cookie when I type this person's name, but C.J. Cooke. And this is kind of like a mystery, I guess you would say, mystery story, fantasy-ish story. And this was our pick for the Whiners Book Club. So does anybody want to go around, introduce themselves, maybe talk about their general rating?
I'll go, I guess. My name is Sasha, and I think I gave it a 4-star, but I read it like over a month ago, so I honestly don't remember it much.
Yeah, hello. I'm Darian, and I also gave it 4 stars, and I also read it over a month ago. So I'm gonna do my best. I have it here. I'm gonna try to refresh my memory. We'll see how it goes.
I am Amanda. It was a time to be had. I give it 3 stars.
Okay.
So it wasn't like horrible or anything. Whatever.
If you can hear us.
I can't tell if you guys are still talking.
We're done talking.
I think you asked me what I rated it. That's a great question. I don't know exactly how I want to rate it at this point, but I feel like it's between like a 2 and 3 star for me.
Okay, all right.
Fair enough.
Can't gauge anyone's reaction, but
oh my gosh.
Well, okay. Let's start with atmosphere.
Amanda just coming in clutch.
So the atmosphere, listen, that was the good part of the book. I liked the lighthouse and like the ocean vibes and just everything about it with the atmosphere is good.
Oh, she heard that.
I like that.
Me too.
I love the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always love like rural, like UK settings. Like they're always just like.
And it's Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
I like isolated settings too. So I was like.
Yes, that too. That was good.
Yep.
This reminded me a little bit of The Lost Apothecary and like the way it was formatted though, like just like back and forth time periods. And oh my god, the dogs.
They're perfect. Leave them alone.
Ridiculous.
A little circle over here.
Yeah, I don't know. The time jumping is never my fave. Because I just get pulled out of one story. Like I really like the present day 2021 Luna. Yeah, hers were my favorite. Then we jump back to Liv and I'd be like, no, I don't care. But my least favorite was Patrick. Oh, I hated his chapters. So like they're the ones in the italics.
Oh, I thought it was interesting.
No.
Oh, I love he skipped those.
Yeah.
I hated his chapters so much. I read the first one and I was like, bye. And I could not.
Oh my god, I liked them.
No, I did not like those ones at all.
Horrible and so boring.
Yes.
Snooze.
And they were so long.
I thought it was interesting because it was like, how is this the same guy? Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I can finally understand what people are saying.
Yay!
Proceed.
Exciting.
Amazing. We were just talking about Patrick and his
Those chapters were boring.
like the stuff in italics, you know?
Oh, Patrick Roberts or something, I think his name was.
Yeah, in like the book that what's her name? The daughter that was reading the book.
Sapphire.
In my head, I kept thinking saffron, but that wasn't it.
Saffron.
I kept thinking it was Sophie because the audiobook, like when you put it on like 2 times speed, it was doing like Sophie because Sappy was her nickname.
Oh yeah.
Well, like with their British accents or like whatever it was, they would sound like Sophie.
Can we talk about how unhinged some of these characters were?
Yeah.
Let me swap out the card for the characters, but unhinged, unbelievable. We can start with Patrick. Hello, you don't do that.
Well, okay, I liked like reading the things in the books and being like, but how is it that he was living in like the 1800s, but he's here now? I thought
wasn't he from like the 1600s?
Or I don't remember.
He was deeply old, and then he was just here.
Yeah,
and like, okay, we're in spoilers territory. So the part where Liv is just like, I heard him walking away, and I heard something clacking, and I realized it was my ribs. I was like,
oh,
what?
It had some gore.
Yep.
Oh my god!
I loved it. I love gore. When that happened, I was like, good. This is exactly what I was looking for.
Is that near the end? I don't remember.
It was kind of near the end because he was just like, I took her ribs, but don't worry, I'm a good doctor, so she'll live. And
I definitely highlighted that because I was like,
did those.
What's going on? Yeah.
Oh my god. Unhinged, truly. He just did this and he was like, I'll do anything to see Amy again. And then he gets back there and it's literally the exact same thing that it was when he left. So, well done, sir. You've done nothing. You killed so many animals. You took a woman's ribs. For some reason, every time I kept thinking about that, I kept thinking he took her spine, which is not true. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh god.
But still, that's crazy. That's wild.
He was certainly unhinged.
I struggled with like understanding what the story was like trying to do.
Yeah,
like,
that's my thing.
I had a lot of fun reading it. Like I enjoyed it, but I was like, where was this going? Like I just don't.
Yes.
I just don't know.
It had so many things going on.
Yeah.
Where like the ending, it was like, wait, there were so many plot holes. Like I tried to like line everything up, and I'm like, my brain can't even function.
I just like rode the journey because I was reading it and I was like, I don't know if this is good, but I'm having a good time.
That's
yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. So
wait, real quick, since I didn't get to hear it before, what was everyone's rating again?
I gave it 4 stars.
4, 4, and 3. Okay, gotcha. Proceed. Continue. Just curious.
I don't necessarily think it's a 4-star book, but I think my enjoyment made it a 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
I was gonna do a 2-star because the ending I hated, but like the twist I hated. But I liked I just liked the story overall. So I was like, okay, 3 because the beginning, like it had me in the first half.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you mean the ending, like the whole thing where people were going back and forth in time? I liked that.
Why did it have to be time
travel?
Why?
You know what's bizarre and like very strange is I literally guessed the plot twist in like chapter 3 where I was like, what if it's time travel instead? And there's just these kids going back and forth. All right, anyway. And I just kept reading the book like it's probably not going to be that. And then I got to the end of the book and they were like, it's actually time travel. And I was like, what the fuck? That's so random.
Wish they had been witchlings. Like I wish they had actually been like those creatures.
Yeah.
However, I kind of did like the time travel part of it. was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, my head was like, witchlings, fantasy, dark, wow. And then it was just like, no.
Yeah.
I just wanted some witches, you know, like I wanted it to be real.
Yeah. And that's fair.
Yeah.
But also, like, even if it has to be science, and like the way they tried to explain this away at the end was very like shoddy, you know, because it was just like, oh, Safi decided to go to school and start a podcast about witches and stuff, and then sometimes she talks to like physics professors, and they'll try to explain like theory on time travel. I'm like, okay, false. No, none of that makes any sense, because the huge thing is like, how does it print the year into your body? Because there's nothing that would do that unless there was an actual time travel machine. Because how does this magical cave know what year it is? That's a man-made thing that we made up as humans. Like, how does it know what time it is?
I don't ask questions.
I ask only questions.
They got a year on their body now. It's cool. I don't know.
That was wild.
I never thought of that.
It was wilding.
I thought it was going to be like an experiment number at first, but then as soon as it was like, oh, 2021, I was like, oh, so like the year?
Yeah. Look at this.
So like version 2021, or like what is the thing? But then everybody had all these different dates on them. So I wasn't sure about the time travel thing for sure at that point, but I was like, okay, it's gonna be explained at some point. No, it was not.
Yeah. I feel like time travel is so hard to write about. So whenever there is time travel, I always just accept it. I don't try to think too hard on it, because then I'm gonna mess my brain up. Like,
yeah,
it's so hard.
I want my brain to be ruined by the end of a time travel story. I don't want to be able to understand my own worlds.
Is Remy sitting on top of Fortune?
Oh my god. Literally, they're ridiculous. Remy's just eating his ear like a piece of meat.
This happens every time you go live.
No, they know. They know. It happens during sprints all the time. I'm like, but yeah.
Folks. What was everybody's favorite part, I guess?
I liked Sapphire.
I was going to say I liked Safi's parts. I found them to be a lot more interesting than Liv and the present day.
And her boy drama.
Right? She had so much like drama in her life, and I was like, I'm here for this. I don't have this, so I'm here for this.
What was the name of that of Safi's friend? Started with an R?
Rowan.
Okay. All right. Who takes pictures of your friend who slept with your boyfriend and puts it in your dad's car so your dad gets accused of child pornography? What the hell?
Yeah, that was weird.
Who does that?
I kind of blacked that part out.
Wait, was it Rowan's dad that she did that to? Because Rowan's dad was the sheriff, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, she did it to the best friend.
Or like,
wasn't it the guy that was like Liv started kind of seeing?
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
Is that Rowan's dad? No,
I think that's the other girl. It starts with a C's dad. I forgot her name.
Oh right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
I don't remember her name, but I do know who you're talking about.
Let's see if I can find it.
Oh Lord.
I don't know.
Okay, a little bit less weird that it wasn't her dad at least, but still.
Clover?
No. It was like the friend that lived there her whole life. And she was like, oh, my dad moved away because Rowan accused him of child pornography and he had to leave.
Are we sure it's not Clover? Because this person's name is Clover.
No, Clover is one of the sisters. It's like somebody else that Luna sees, and then she's like, oh my god, I remember you.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, I'll find it.
This is important.
Cassie? Her name was Cassie.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah. I mean, what I will say is I feel like, the characters were written well enough that I could believe that they were, like the age that they were supposed to be for the kids. So, like, Safi was like the annoying, like, young teen who's just like, I know everything. I hate my mom and I want to run off and do my own thing. And then all of a sudden she gets in a relationship with someone and doesn't really know how to deal with, like, I want to be wanted, but what do I really want to give up for that? And also there's kind of this weird thing of the only guy that she really wants to maybe be with has this relation to her best friend. So it's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I feel like that was very well written, and for the kids as well, I think like CJ Cooke did a good job of not putting them in the realm of like the annoying kid that you hate to read about, but like you can tell they're still a kid. Like they're still very naive, but it's not bothersome to read about because they're still just like young innocents, which is the role they're supposed to fill in this story anyway. So I think, especially when you're seeing Liv be like, oh my god, maybe I should go kill my daughter on the tree or against the tree on the hill or whatever, and then she's just kind of like begging for her life. She's like, I love you, mommy, like don't do this. I'm like, oh my god, like yeah, that is a kid. I believe it. Like, don't do that.
I fully believed like the what are they called, the wildlings. Yeah, I fully believed that, so I was just like, kill her. Like, and the people who were like, oh my god, they killed their children. I was like, no, they didn't. They killed monsters. And then I was like, oh shit. I take it back.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, like so when she let her go, I was like, what are you doing?
You idiot, you fool.
That's so funny.
Like, oh, I see what's going on.
I don't understand though how you're just supposed to like hold hands with your double and then you just become the same person again. Like, which version are you then?
You're just
you.
Yeah. You're just the best version of you.
It's just like
maybe the real wildlings was the friends we made along the way.
So true.
Because wait. Okay, so there's a scene where Luna takes Clover, who's 7 still. Luna's an adult. And she's like, I'm going to take her up this hill with a knife. And you're like, oh my god, she's going to go kill her. And then Cassie runs up like, stop. It's not her. And she's like, oh, I know. I wasn't going to kill her. I was just going through the motions so I could remember what it was like when I almost got killed. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? What the fuck? Like that's still a child right there who's 7 and you're like, just kidding. I'm trying to bring it back for me. It's not for you, it's for me.
Need some therapy.
Man, why?
That was kind of
I don't even think she got anything out of that. She was just like, oh, yep, didn't work. Okay. Like, well, I feel like if you went through this experience where you like came out of the other end and you went into your house and you were the other, because like apparently Luna was also a double at some point, a wildling, quote unquote. So she popped out of the tree or whatever, or the cave, and came out and then went back to her house, and then she was right there. So I kind of feel like she should have put the pieces together at some point before.
But didn't she forget? Like, didn't she forget what happened?
Is that what happens when you touch hands? Is that why?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I think we're trying to cover this plot hole for CJ Cooke here.
I think she forgot, and then she's like, there's something about, I think my mom hurt me, but I can't remember, and that's hence her pretending to...
Such a bad reason to go hurt somebody.
Well, she didn't. She almost did. She was pretending.
It's still trauma in the making. Oh my god. She's like, don't worry, I won't actually do it. Don't worry.
I mean, Clover was just wild in at some points. She was just like, let me just set this thing on fire. And I was like...
Yeah, that was unnecessary. She just like ripped her giraffe and was like, he needed to die. And it was like, okay, what the heck?
That's where I was like leaning more toward it being like a wild.
I thought she was so creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then nothing. And I was like,
Just
she's just a
nothing.
psycho. Like,
She just felt like it.
She's just a literal regular kid. She like tried to flood the house and like kill everybody.
Yeah.
And like just did the types of things that are like child serial killer behavior. I've watched horror movies and
Yeah.
nothing.
yeah,
No,
like,
just,
no, like what?
just little 7-year-old things. It's whatever.
Oh my god.
I thought it was incredible that both Luna and Ethan were like, you know what? I'm gonna just adopt my sisters as my children at the end of all this stuff. Because like I understand wanting to be reunited as a family, but it's, I don't know, interesting that they kind of popped over from, I don't know if we should get married and I have one kid, to all of a sudden I have 3 children, 2 of which are my sisters. And don't think too hard about it, bro. Let's just make a home. It's fine.
What happened with Liv again? Like they found her eventually, right?
Yeah, and she was like real sick. Was it her cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her cancer like ended up taking over her body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the thing with her, like, when she was diagnosed in 1998, then they were like, well, you're never going to see your kids grow up because you're only going to live this long, like a short period of time, like 6 months. So then when a little bit of that time had passed in 1998, that was when Patrick was like, need those ribs, took those. And then she went through the cave and she just like, I think she just crawled through somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how she got there because it's far away, but
as you do, yes.
Yes. So she crawled into the cave, and when she popped out of the other side, then her boyfriend from 1998 was there. What's his face? Cassie's dad. Who?
I just said right, but I don't remember his name.
Oh, I think his name was Finn, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so Finn happened to be, again, a lot of coincidences. Like, Finn happened to be there because Cassie was like, why don't you just come back tomorrow? And he just did. Found Liv on the beach and was like, oh my god, what, hello? And then brought her to a hospital.
Hello.
And then I think she recovered there for like a couple weeks, like maybe a month, and then saw Luna as an adult. So she had seen her grow up. Yeah. And I guess she like knew, I think like they brought Clover and Safi as well. And eventually, I think her son's name was Charlie. So I think eventually Charlie also at some point.
That sounds right.
So
I just didn't understand like Liv, like the reason she went to the place where the lighthouse was because she was running away from her disease or something. And I was just like, just go to the doctor.
You need to run to the doctor.
You're not gonna be okay.
Left modern medicine behind.
Like I just didn't understand. Like I think she wanted to forget about it, but I was like, but this is certainly not good for your family. Like,
right. And also like it's 1998.
Yeah.
It's not like you never heard of medicine before. I kind of feel like it's important to get that checked out. I don't know.
Like when we found out like what she was running from, I was like, what? Like just go to the doctor. Like
I thought she was running from a dark past or like an abusive husband or something. And it was just like, I'm running because I had a doctor's appointment. I don't want to go. I was like, relatable, but also like, what are you doing?
Not me, honestly.
And then like when she finally tells Finn and he's like, can you please go to
He's like, I will break up with you if you do not make a doctor's appointment right now. Literally get on the phone, make an appointment right now.
And she's like, okay. Oh my god.
She was like, I don't know. She was not Mother of the Year, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't kill her daughter, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
At least she has that going for her, if nothing else.
But then 2 of her children went missing, so that's not great.
I mean, also, like, think about this. Okay, so your daughter, your oldest daughter goes missing, and so you have to tell the whole island, which is like, what, 40 people? So you're like, oh my god, everybody, my daughter is missing, please help me. And then they're all like, okay, we'll look for her. And the next day you're like, ah, fuck. All right, another one's gone. Oh my God. All right, they're both gone. Help. All right, this one's as tall. This one's oh fuck, the third one. All right, listen. I just don't know what to talk about anymore. Just
oh my God, they're all going.
it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Also, she was like, when Safi started kind of like acting out, she just did not pay attention to her at all. Like, she was like, I don't know, she's probably in her room. And I was like, you haven't seen her? Like, you should maybe check on her. I don't know.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy that they were like, I think she came back from school yesterday and then went to her friend's house, and sometimes she hangs out by, like, she just like never saw her daughter for like 2 to 3 days or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you live in the same house.
Yeah.
You probably eat together, like something.
Yeah.
She probably does not have a credit card. Like, I don't know how she's out here wilding by herself. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's so ingrained in me to like tell my mom literally everywhere I go. So like the fact when she's like, "Oh, she's probably at her friend's house," I'm like, "She didn't tell you?"
Probably.
Like, I tell my mom every step of where I go.
Mom, I just made a right and then a left.
Yeah. Turn the corner.
What do you guys think? I found some reader's guide discussion questions at the back of the book. What do you guys think about this? Liv writes to Luna that forgiveness is a kind of time travel. What do you think she means by this, and do you agree with her philosophy?
I think that was a really smart way for the author to tie in all of the weird loose ends into one question for the book. But ultimately, I don't know. But it just seems like a really good question to be like, okay, we can tie everything in together, kind of, and then you won't have to think about it. But it's just like, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking. Oh my gosh.
Forgiveness is time travel. Okay, let's stretch this real hard.
Let's try to figure out what CJ Cooke meant. Forgiveness is a kind of time travel.
Caching your trauma, you have to time travel back to when you were having the trauma and forgive yourself and others for going through that trauma in present day.
So true.
But it doesn't make sense for this book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sasha, where are you going?
No, she's gone. Said,
like, really I don't like, yeah, if you want to think about it as like reliving your trauma is like time travel, like, yeah, kind of. You good?
Are you okay?
I don't know what happened.
Who time traveled?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't know what's happening.
Oh.
Am I gone? Okay, no, I'm back.
Nope, you're still here. You're still here.
You're doing great.
But like, okay, forgiveness is a kind of time travel. Like, sure, but why are we talking about that? Like, it just doesn't feel relevant at all.
But who, like, is forgiveness even a big theme in the book?
I didn't think it was.
I don't remember.
I don't think it was.
Like, I forgive you for accidentally disappearing. Like, okay. Great.
Like, I forgive you for contemplating my murder. Like,
yeah.
What? I don't understand.
I think like, not that her mom abandoned her and then her whole family died. And then they were like, actually, there was this time traveling cave and everybody's fine. So to me, this seems almost like the most unhinged person could be Luna. Because if she's just like, I'm fine. I'm literally fine. But then this is like this whole story of like, no, I don't know. Like, nobody else is alive that has been through this cave, as far as we know. Right? Like, these are the only 3 people that have come out of this cave that are apparently still alive. Liv, and then the other 2 daughters.
And Patrick.
But Patrick's in 1600s and he's gone. So.
Oh, right.
So he's not alive anymore. Right, as far as we know.
Killed, weren't they? Like, all the other kids that they saw were like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like murdered by their parents. Okay, sorry, just to come back to this. Why was part of the ritual like you have to be the one to kill your own kid?
I don't know. I think
there's
that was
no
just,
reason.
like, the
Spice.
that they came up. The what?
For the spice?
Just a little bit of like added, little seasoning.
Yeah, a little je ne sais quoi.
Then I say, why did they have to do that? There was no reason for it.
There wasn't.
I
At
know.
all.
It was just part of the legend that they told.
I guess. But
what are we on? I even highlighted this book too, and I'm like, what happened?
Wait, let me see the cover.
The cover is beautiful.
Oh, it's so cute.
Ooh, wow.
this is the version that I have.
So bad compared to this one.
Yeah.
Zero stars. At least I kind of had an idea of what the runes were supposed to be, though, because there is like this picture of that.
Oh.
So I could kind of tell, like, oh, okay. But I don't know why any of this looks like a swastika, because none of it does.
Yeah.
I literally feel like she literally just saw the zodiac sign and was like, oh my god, are these swastikas? It's like, no, they're literally not. Like, this one's Cancer, that one's Libra. This is just the female sign, and that's a moon. So I don't know what she's talking about.
It's
like,
the female sign.
I don't know.
What? How's it already almost 8? Oh.
Oh, I had
a
a blue tab. Do you want to know what it was?
Yes, please.
It was when Basil, the basking shark, dies.
Why are you laughing?
It's so sad.
It was that was like the turning point where they were like, hold on, time travel, because then they went like back a day and they were like, Basil? What?
I loved him. He waved at them.
He was perfect.
He was just a fun little guy. And then
he was the best part.
And I was like, I gotta get out the blue highlighter.
I just remember thinking, like, what's the point of this shark? Like, it's gonna come up later that like this shark has some importance at some point.
Used as a plot device, but I love him, even though he was used.
He was my favorite character.
He was a good boy.
He was a good boy.
He was a good boy.
Basil is the only man. Only writes for Basil. Nobody else.
So true.
Also, sorry, just back to unhingedness. Why would you hire someone to like paint your lighthouse and then kill them on the painting that they just made?
And steal their ribs.
Because he was like, okay, wait. Sorry, I just don't understand this. Like, he hired somebody, like he was just like, whoever, come and do this mural in my lighthouse. And then when she shows up, he's like, Amy? And she's like, no.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh my god, you're Amy. Like, I'm literally not. And he's like, all right, anyway, paint this thing for me. Then come out on my boat, and I'm gonna creep you out, and then I'm gonna take your ribs. Like, I don't understand. Like, why? Why
I'm gonna take your ribs. Isn't that a thing at McDonald's? Isn't that a thing at McDonald's? Like a McRib or something? Isn't it?
It's like, you don't have this in the 1600s, but I'm gonna bring some back. I'm getting takeout, and I'm bringing it back to Amy. Get some baby back ribs and take it back to the 1600s.
Not baby back ribs. Oh my god!
It's like, I need those to live.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, well, baby back, baby back, baby.
Baby back, baby. Oh my god!
Baby back, ribs.
Why did he do that?
He needed the ribs, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, but did it say like I need ribs, or did it just say I need bones.
I think it was ribs. If I can find it, but I can't.
I remember he said, first of all, he was like, I read this thing. It's in, like, Old Icelandic. And it took him, like, 50 years to be like, wait, maybe I should learn Icelandic better. Because he knew a little bit. And then he was like, apparently I got a lot of this wrong.
Oh.
Interesting. So.
Out of here.
Oh, Amanda. She's got to go to her sprints. She's just like, goodbye.
I can't find
but, like,
freaking ribs.
I don't remember that he said, well, it's possible, but I just remember the part where he was like, oh, I misread it all this time. It doesn't say bones of a living thing, but bones of a human. Yeah. So I'm just going to take your bones, but I'll also keep you alive just in case the living part is also a thing. And I'm like, maybe you should get someone to translate for you. Yeah. Because you've just been...
Because like, Seth had, like, translated the book a little bit. He was like, interesting.
But also, like, the fact that, like, a 15-year-old who has a slight interest in this language can do it better than a guy who's been doing this his whole life. This is his whole dedication since getting to 19 whatever. And he's just like, I'm going to instead sell an old watch, become the wealthiest man alive, buy all of the land, and never learn Icelandic. Just, like I don't know. He just killed animals like a serial killer.
Safi was not like other girls. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
She just really was built different.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think I found it.
Walk us through it.
Ribs. The lower ribs. It's on page 381. You don't actually need them, but I do. Blah, blah, blah. He's taking the
You don't need these. You don't need these.
I could see liquid pooling. Blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I see it now. The lower ribs.
Yeah. Then he says, stay with me, sweet Amy lookalike. Oh, that's gross.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't understand how she looked like Amy. Or if he's just like, oh my god, a woman? They make these an adult now? Oh my god. She looks just like my girlfriend.
A woman? Just the other night, I was looking into my translations of Old Icelandic. The word I'd interpreted as living actually means human. Can you believe that? That's what he said.
And then he just injects her right in the butt.
right in the butt. And he's like,
so aggressive.
Why ribs? Where does it say ribs?
I don't know.
My battery is about to die, so I'm going to have to leave.
Okay.
But this has been stimulating.
This has been stimulating.
Well, speaking of stimulating, next month we're going to be on Sasha's channel, or actually, as soon as possible, we're going to be on Sasha's channel, and we're reading from Blood Net, so it'll be a stimulating time.
Not good so far.
No.
Good.
I started it, and I have regrets.
I'm only like 35 pages in though, so like I'm hopeful because I'm like a JLA hoe.
I'm not hopeful. Lisa just finished it, and from what I can gather, it was not good.
Well, that's fine. It's gonna be a good live show. That's kind of
right.
It'll be great.
Okay, it's fine. Anyways, I do have to go. I love you all, and I can't wait to talk about this chunker.
It was a chunk of a time.
Yep.
All right, bye, Sash.
Bye. Yeah, I was just gonna say when she awakens, she sees him holding her ribs, and she says, "My ribs. He had my fucking ribs."
Oh, McRib. My McRib. He has my fucking McRib.
Oh god, not McRib.
Oh my god. Wait. Okay, there we are. I was falling in and out of consciousness.
Oh, and then she breaks her ankle. Yikes. Rip. Yeah, and then she comes out, and then what's his face is there?
Oh yeah, Finn. The spell only works. Okay, wait, yeah. And then he set everything on fire because it was like it only works with runes, bones, and fire. So she has no ribs, and she has to get away. And, like, I don't know, like barrel herself down outside. How did she get out? I don't. Oh, the little boy. Did he pull her? The whole. I don't. Okay, wait.
I don't know.
Who was the little boy though?
He was one of the kids. He was
just some guy. Like he didn't come back.
He was just some guy.
Just some guy as a boy.
You ever get rescued through a time traveling cave and it's just some guy?
Some guy. Never came back.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I moved as fast as I could after the boy through the cave. I have to imagine she's just crawling like she's in the ring. Like she's just crawling through this cave.
Yep.
Doesn't explain how she got out. Okay. And she fell. Nope. That's okay. Okay, he jumped. Then I think that's when she jumped, right? Yes. I took a breath, stepped forward with no ribs.
With no ribs.
Oh, God. I can't imagine you could even move at. Like, it just seems like you couldn't move.
Well, didn't he only have like one rib, or did he take the whole thing?
Well,
like,
she just said my ribs. He had my ribs.
My fucking ribs. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't imagine he took the whole rib cage, right?
That's why I'm just like, how is she breathing? Like, how is she still like her shoulders are where they are?
Her
like
lungs
she still
are
has
just flopping around.
Just a spine, like she's just like the chocolate lady in SpongeBob, where she's like just a spine.
Chocolate. I remember when they invented chocolate. Sweet, sweet chocolate. I always hated it.
Oh,
yes.
oh my God. Wait, so she loses her ribs, and then like the next page is when Luna's like, I'm gonna fake stab Clover and just see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So let me just go through the motions and see what happens.
I don't. Okay. Great. Okay. I read most of this on the plane, but it's still a lot. Like I feel like they try to like walk back parts of this where it'll be like, oh, I did a lot of things that were bad, but I did everything for Amy. I'm a skilled butcher, so I know anatomy because I know how to like butcher a pig. So therefore, it's fine.
I take your ribs.
I took her ribs and placed small branches all around the side of the longing and set them alight. And then I rushed the end of Witch's Hide, diving deep into the water and coming to shore. And I guess that just worked for him. But okay, wait a minute. This still doesn't make any sense. Okay, so okay. If he does this and he puts the magic spell for witches, which is no clear direction on why that would take him back to his time period, because it doesn't say like let me put the sticks in 1668. It's just like, here's some runes, I'm getting in the cave and I don't want to hear anything. And he just jumps in the cave. But she's also jumping in the cave with a little boy. So why are they also not in 1668? Why are they just in 2021? And then the little boy's just gone. Like he went in the cave too, he just never came out.
I don't know. You're asking.
Is he somebody else that we've met before? What if he's a little boy that Isla killed?
Okay, where are you? What page are you
on? The pages I think are different on this copy, but it's right after she's like, he took my fucking McRib, and then like 2 or 3 pages after that.
Let me
Wait, I'm gonna turn the lights on really quick.
He took my ribs. Okay, yes.
Okay, perfect.
I wasn't. I was retracing my steps. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The woman I had mistaken for Amy would live. After I took her ribs.
Everything this man did was terrible. At the end of the day, it's just like, I don't know why anyone did anything that they did, because what was the purpose of the story, you know? Like,
I don't know. I just had a good time. I was just vibing.
I mean, I liked it better than the last thing he told me.
There you go.
So that's something. But there were just so many times, it's like, what? Why?
Yeah. And now
Why
we have
did you
From
say
Blood and Ash. Yay.
How far are you in From Blood and Ash right now?
I'm listening to the audiobook. Let me see. I'm not like super far, but the audiobook is so long.
How long is it?
It's hold on. Ah, no, don't play. I have 15 hours left. That's what it says.
Left?
Yeah. And it's hold on. It's 19 hours and 46 minutes.
Oh my god.
So I'm about 4 hours into it. And so far, I do not know what's going on.
Just looking at the long road ahead for this book.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll have a great time.
Fine. It'll be a fun discussion, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me bring it up. You have any final thoughts?
I had a good time. It was good. It's not like a favorite book. I wouldn't say it's a great book even, but it was fun. You know. Now we know you can take someone's ribs and they won't die.
I would not take that for a fact.
I don't know. That's what they said.
He was like, I only left a fist-sized hole. I'm like, yeah, like one big enough to kill somebody.
Yeah.
You could kill someone with like a bullet-sized hole. I don't know why a fist-sized hole is fine, but
it's all good.
Well, at the end of the day, forgiveness is a kind of time travel. I wish I could forgive myself for this book for
Yeah, you're the one who picked it.
But it's fine. I mean, I'm telling you, I went back and I cannot find the video where you were like, oh my god, this is the book I have to read because I just don't understand, but I have that core memory.
It doesn't exist. I don't know.
Maybe it's something that you filmed in the future, and I'm actually like I wilded it out through the cave. I just don't know it yet. But I like must have touched hands, and then I remember.
And forgiveness is a type of time travel.
Forgiveness is a kind of time travel.
And one day I'll forgive you. But not yet.
Not today. Never today.
Oh my god. I think what happened is I probably mentioned like once that I was interested in it, and I think you were like, she said that it's her most anticipated book.
I could have sworn it was in like a TBR or one of those like X many books I have to read for this year, but I know it's not because it didn't come out until like February of this year.
I think so.
I think even if you got an arc, like you didn't do like 22 books for 2022, you did like 11 or something.
I did
like
10.
A smaller amount. Or 10 books, yeah.
And it wasn't anyone.
And it wasn't this, because I watched it like 3 times, like, where the fuck is it? It's not in here. What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
Like, link and it's not here. I don't understand. But yes. Well, I'm glad we finally read it. And we could both get it off our TBRs, and hopefully anybody else.
I read it a month ago.
Yes, well, I read it today, but it's gone.
You did a great job.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I'm so ready to return this to the library. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. This was our final thoughts. For the Lighthouse Witches. Next month we're gonna be on Sasha's channel, Sasha from the Redheaded Reader. I will have everybody linked in the description of this video as soon as this broadcast ends. Please be sure to check everybody out and join us for next month. After that, we are going to be reading The Book of Night by Holly Black, and that's going to be on Manda's channel. And then we'll kind of keep going around in the circle again, and Darian will have a new pick for us by then. So,
I
yeah.
don't know what it is.
It's Blood Scion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little unsure about the title, and I also don't know what it's about, but cool. Excited.
Yeah. Anyways.
I'll pick a book that's not The Lighthouse Witches. That's all I can promise. Who knows?
Okay.
All right, sweet. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and we will see you next month. Hovering over the broadcast end button. All right, see you next month. Bye.
Bye.